Samy's family has done a lot of impactful work to make sure that this never happens to anyone else. They continued to spread Samy's story and even started the sMyNameFoundation. The center of the foundation is the acronym SAMI, or Samy, which stands for Stop, Ask, Match, Inform. Basically, if you order a ride from a rideshare service, ask the driver, "What's my name?" before getting into the car. If the driver is who they say they are, they will be able to tell you your name based on the information from the app. Samy's family also worked with lawmakers to advocate for policies that improve rider safety while using rideshare apps. South Carolina passed the Samantha L. Josephson Ridesharing Safety Act on June 5, 2019. This law states that rideshare drivers must display their license plate number on the front of the car. The law also established fines and jail time for people who pretend to be rideshare drivers. New York, North Carolina, and New Jersey followed suit and passed similar laws that require rideshare drivers to display various signs on their cars. On June 13, 2019, Samy's family worked with New Jersey Representative Christopher Smith to introduce a law to the United States Congress called Samantha's Law. This law would require rideshare drivers to have front license plates, illuminated signs, and a scannable QR code. The law also criminalized misrepresenting as a rideshare driver. The House of Representatives unanimously approved the bill in July of 2020, and President Biden signed the bill into law on January 5, 2023. This terrifying scenario brings to light very important questions about the safety of ride-sharing services and who we can trust. It reminds us that we must stay aware and vigilant in order to protect ourselves. If you use an Uber or a Lyft, make sure that the car and the license plate match the description in the app. Make sure that the driver knows your name, because what happened in Samy's case could happen to anyone, and it is anyone's nightmare, and I am just so happy that justice was served and that the evil man who thought that he had the right to take her life will spend the rest of his life in prison. Now, going to the question, too, of what more could these rideshare apps do to avoid things like this from happening, part of me wonders, while it's a habit for me anytime I order an Uber to match the license plate, as I'm sure it is many of you, I wonder if there's something that they could put into motion to where the ride cannot technically begin until the Uber driver confirms on their end that this is the right person and that the rider confirms that it is the right person. Or that maybe there's an alarm that goes off if the rider does not confirm that. Because I know that the driver has to initiate the ride. But as a passenger, I've never had to say, yes, this is my correct Uber driver, begin ride, or something to that effect. Which, what if that were part of the software, and if there were, say, a 30-second delay, where if you don't do that at the time of, the ride being assigned or whatever it is, that an alarm goes off, or because a lot of the times it's not people posing as Uber drivers, it's actual Uber drivers committing these crimes. So I don't know, and maybe that's a dumb suggestion, I don't know, but I feel like there should be something in place in that software that makes another checkpoint happen before the ride happens. Just another benchmark of safety. I don't know. There's smart enough people out there with Zuckerberg, with Elon, with whoever. Like, I'm not the one to ask, but there's got to be something in place to make this more safe, right? I don't know. Tell me if you have better suggestions in the comment section. This case is awful and horrific because, again, you're drinking, you think you're doing the right thing by calling an Uber, you mistakenly get in another one because you're trusting, and then look what happens. It's awful. I really appreciate you guys hearing Samantha's story and tuning in today. Please leave your supportive comments for her family below. If you have tips of what you do with your Uber drivers to make sure that you're safe, please leave those suggestions in the comment section below, and just leave your supportive comments for Samantha.